So just undoing some more packaging in here. I see we have some zip ties. We'll get those cut off. We have a honeycomb table, which from what I've read online, that helps to prevent the burning on the back of the board when you're cutting it out. And it also has these fins down here to help direct the laser after it cuts through the board. So check it out. It has a 6-inch table, so you can actually raise it and lower. If you wanted to put a 5.5-inch piece of wood in there and engrave it, you can do that. And it has a pass-through here, so you can carve, or you can laser a 12 by 20-inch piece, but you could actually put in a 20-inch wide piece by, you could do an 8-foot long board, slide it in, and engrave something or cut something out of it. Well, before I push it over into place, I decided to open up all these and see what's in here. That's the door to feed the longer piece through. And this, wide angle that. There is the laser tube. That's pretty cool. All right, now let's get this thing over into place and see what we need to do to hook it up. All right, so here's the home for where I decided to put this. Obviously, if I wanted to pass something longer through, I'm gonna have to pull it away from the wall, or with flex pipe, maybe pull it out further into the shop so I have room to run longer pieces in there. But for now, we're just gonna be doing some small stuff. So right there is the fan control for that 10-inch ductwork, 1500 CFM, basically cook stove vent, because I do some spray painting over here. So we're gonna run over some ductwork, catch a 6-inch line over and down onto some flex pipe so that's movable, and have a little more space here for the water chiller. Here's the ductwork I'm going to use for up top. So let's get the rest of the pieces over here and see what we need to hook this up. All right, so step one was to cut the 3 zip ties in there that hold everything from moving around during shipping. Step 2, I'm going to install this, the ductwork, the exhaust fan, a couple of Allen wrenches. The tools come in the kit, so let's get this installed. Okay, so now we have the exhaust collar hooked up. We're gonna jump forward now because the rest of the ductwork needs to go up and out the shop. We'll probably do that tomorrow morning. Step 3 was to connect the laser tube, but because I bought the PS20, the laser tube comes pre-installed. High voltage line is hooked up, the ground wire is hooked up, the water hoses, everything good to go. Step 4 is to hook up the water chiller. Okay, so we're getting these lines hooked up. I can see where this might be confusing. It explains it pretty well in the manual, but you have the water in, water out, air in, and the signal. So the water out from the cabinet is actually going to go to the inlet on the chiller, and the outlet from the chiller goes to the water in there. I can see how people could mix that up. If that's not set right, obviously it won't work right. So we also have the alarm signal output, goes to the back of the machine, and the power cord. This will take about, I think the manual said, a gallon or 2 of distilled water. I have that in the house, so I'll grab that after. Get this turned on, make sure there's no air bubbles anywhere in the system, and we're ready to move on to the next step. All right, so we're getting the air compressor hooked up. Thread into the end of the air compressor with the hose that then attaches into the air outlet. Might be a good idea to check this outlet. I think during shipping, we actually had a little bit of packing material that was stuck in there. So it might be a good idea to throw a vacuum on that just to make sure it's clear. Wouldn't want to push anything up through to the laser head. I'm guessing there was a little bit of debris in there, so probably just from the packing. And check the water hoses. I checked those outlets, those seem fine, so let's keep going.